SUNO just dropped a bomb with Studio version 2 and the ability to add custom effects plugins from scratch. I want to thank SUNO for sponsoring this video and for giving me the opportunity to give you the real-world examples of using AI as a legitimate music tool. The ability to create music effects plugins from natural language descriptions? Let that sink in. If you're new here, I'm Jim. I've been experimenting with AI music for a few years now. I use it to help generate sketches from my lyrics, and then rebuild the tracks until no AI is left in the mix. But what is the Create New Plugin feature? And what does it do? First, it's a powerful, natural language AI audio effects generator. And yeah, that's a mouthful. You can create practically any effect you can imagine from natural language descriptions. And this is huge. And I've never seen anything like this before. However, just like all AI outputs, the same prompt may not give you the exact same effect twice. And also, this may change over time. But as of right now, we can't delete any effect plugin in the library once it's created. But we can alter them and save different versions, V1, V2, and so on. But the good news is that nothing stops a single plugin from holding completely different types of effects across its versions. You see this right here? This overdrive? Right now it's set to default, but it's a doubler. If we go over here to its versions, you can see that version 1 was a doubler, version 2 was a overdrive, version 3 was a doubler, and so on. That might change the way you think about how you want to build your library and organize it. As I see it, there are basically two ways you can do this. You could just build a lot of different effects, remember their names, and use the search function. Or you could do like what I did here with Jim's compressors and build a class of plugins. As in my compressors here, I have 3 different types of compression. I have the VCA style, I have an optical style, and I have an FET style, all hidden within one plugin. Just to know though, if you go down this route, you need to make sure you remember your presets and what types of effects you've made. Because the search function will allow you to search for the names of plugins and whatever it's set to at default. But what it will not do is search for presets themselves. But with all that, let's have some fun and create a chorus effect. A chorus is an absolute necessity in my productions. So let's build one based upon my favorite 80s Japanese classic pedals, like the CE1, the CE2, and the Juno 106. I call this Quadra Chorus. And here's the prompt for it. Don't worry if you missed it, I'm gonna have all these prompts available at the end of the video. Let's go ahead and solo this bass and see what it sounds like with our chorus on it. First, the dry bass. Now notice I have a manual and a sync where I can sync it to different notes. But here we go. Hear that? My second chorus here is based upon the CE2. The third one here is based upon the vibrato. And the last one is based upon the Juno 106. Let's hear what this sounds like in the context of a mix. Sounds pretty good. right, that was awesome. I think this sounds really good. And to think this came from an LLM prompt. But what other sort of effects should we have in our arsenal? I have a few more I'd like to share. This one's called Grit Flanger. We'll put it on the guitar. I based this upon the old Boss BF3 guitar flanger. Let's hear this in context. Solo it. Definitely not bad for a version 1. Definitely not bad at all. Next, I'd like to look at a filter that I created based upon one of my favorite people in the world, Bob Moog, and his Mooger Fooger MF102S, which is a low-pass filter. Let's take a look at this one. Here's the prompt for it. Obviously, I could probably work on this one a little bit more, but just the fact that I'm even getting close is amazing. And for our last effect, what I'd like to do is go ahead and check out my LA2A style compressor. I'm going to throw it on the master bus. I also want to give a big shout out to Focus C. If you're a fan of automated focusing tools, check out the affiliate link below and the card above to go to their website. We're going to give it a listen on the master bus. Pretty aggressive. Let me back it off of here. Wow. Wow. That's incredible. The fact that you can prompt that and create that from nothing. I can honestly see a lot of VST developers and effects developers being scared real quick, because probably within 2 years, this technology is going to be so good that you're going to be able to create anything just from a prompt. I'm just scratching the surface here, guys. Like literally, I'm just scratching the surface. There's so much more that you could probably do with this. The more we play with it, the better we'll get. This is just off the charts good. Off the charts good. Congratulations, SUNO. And there you have it, folks. That's just the tip of the iceberg when it comes to designing custom audio effects. You'll find all the prompts I use to create these effects in the free PDF in the description. Prompting audio effects is a technology still in its infancy. But you can just imagine, if it's this good now, what is it going to sound like in 2 years? This is the pivot we need to see from all AI music. a move away from prompt and play to creating real audio tools from natural language. Keep making music.